Minneapolis coming into tonight after the winning the tournament at the Hoisington Midwinter, the Cardinal Midwinter Jam, and Lions come in tonight 10-1. Is that right, Dale?
Yes.
10-1 and
10-1 and 6th ranked now in the state of Kansas.
And ranked number 6 in the Kansas Coaches Association. Latest poll that came out.
I think the Hutchinson News has them ranked 4th. I think I saw this morning.
So Minneapolis, though, as they get ready for tonight's matchup, they have a ton of talent on this team, Mike. They have a lot of talent, and they're going to have to do the same thing. I don't think you'll see them let down. Yeah, but you can't overlook any team you play. This team for Clifton-Clyde has got 6 seniors on it. I haven't looked down to see who their starters are.
Well, you don't want to get in an up-tempo game with us. Clifton-Clyde doesn't want to anyway. They want to stay in the half-court set, and they would like to see the game in the 40s. For sure, Minneapolis will play as quick as we can up and down the floor. You know, if we have the open look from 3, I know 2 guys that have the green light at any time. So if they're hitting, look out, because we could run the score up to into the 60s and 70s. But Clifton-Clyde does not want it to go into the 50s. They want to play in a half-court set, slow her down.
And watching them warm up here, just watching a few of them, they've got a sophomore starter that is, I think, hit about everything he's shot so far. So it'll be they're going to have a challenge. They're going to have to make sure that they they've got size-wise, they're not big, they're not huge tall-wise. Reed Bergstrom, 6'2" senior, but he's a wide body.
Yes, he is. So take up a lot of space down low.
Exactly. So Minneapolis, though, coming in, they did a great job, especially the other night against a much taller team in 6'8", 6'5", 6'5", 5'9", 5'9" in the Hoisington Cardinals. And the Lions did a great job of working the ball down low, even against their bigs. So like you said, Mike, I think that's a big advantage for us right now. I think you'll see us trying to put the ball down into our bigs.
Yeah, Crossan will, I think, get a lot of work down in the low block if he can stay out of foul trouble, because he'll be looking for a big guy to throw his shoulder into the defender. Yoxel plays so smart down low. I think between the 2 of them, that high-low action, it's going to be pretty effective here tonight.
Yeah, I like the opportunity that we see in that high-low, and I like to think of what we might see with that transition right there. So, Dale, go ahead.
Clifton-Clyde is 2-9 on the season. They have wins over Burns and Valley Heights. This is the 6th game in the series. Minneapolis leads at 4-1. We've won the last 2 in a row. They have one win over us in 2008 by a score of 51-49.
That was up here, wasn't it?
No, that was
that was in Minneapolis. Yeah, you're right.
And we'll have a member of that team here for an interview at halftime.
Minneapolis will be in their traveling red. Clifton-Clyde in their home white. We'll have the starting lineups here in just a minute, as I will try my best to do the play-by-play. And Mike, you get to do the color. Problem is, I don't let you talk much, do I, Mike?
Well, I'll try and keep some accurate points and stats for just some point totals at halftime at the end of the game. But Scott, really on paper, we got a big mismatch here, in my opinion, and Minneapolis should win by 30. I would be surprised if we didn't, but I've been surprised before.
For Minneapolis Lions, number 3, Casey Argenbright. For Clifton-Clyde, and number 11, Jason Barnes, a 5'11" junior. For Minneapolis, number 5, John Michael Darrow, a junior for the Lions, at 5'9". For the Clifton-Clyde, number 23, Lucas Branford, a 5'9" sophomore. For Minneapolis, getting the start tonight is number 13, 6'1" junior, Andrew Yoxel. For the Clifton-Clyde Eagles, Reed Bergstrom, a 6'2" senior. for Minneapolis, number 15, a 6'2" senior, Grayson George. And Grayson.
All I can say is, Dale, I'd hate to line up across the line from Bergstrom. He's a man.
Yep.
Levi Cyphers, a 6'1" senior. And for Minneapolis, Dylan Crossan, and number 33, 6'3" senior. And for Clifton-Clyde, Tyler Lambert, a 5'9" senior.
Bergstrom, 6'2", a senior, goes what, 265?
He's solid too.
Yes, he's solid. He's a big man.
So
he could be the Barkley down low. They could present problems. He takes up a lot of space down low.
As we will have the tip here in just a second. Minneapolis, as I said earlier, in their traveling red, and the Eagles in their home white. Let's see who jumps center. I'm assuming number 35, Levi Cyphers, will jump for him, but I could be wrong. And he is. Grayson George will jump for the Lions. As we get ready to go here, start this ball game. Ball is up, and it will go to, well, it's won by Grayson George, but tipped into the hands of the Eagles. Immediately, Barnes with the ball, guarded tightly by Grayson George. Swings out on the outside to Lambert. Lambert back to the top of the key to Bergstrom. Bergstrom back over to Barnes. And it's tipped out of bounds off the Eagles. It'll be Minneapolis ball.
Good quick hands. Dylan in the passing lane. Last touch by Bergstrom.
Minneapolis gets it over to outside to Grayson George. Grayson swing pass over to Darrow. Darrow a little high, gets a hold of it. They look at the high-low, have nothing, swing it back over to Darrow for three, and it's good. Nice job by John Michael Darrow as he hits a three to start this one out.
This is interesting, Scott. They come out in a 2-3 zone. Let's see if we can light it up from the outside. We've got the shooters to do it, that's for sure.
Two quick turnovers back in the corner to Darrow again for three. That one's off the mark, but Yoxel chases it down. Andrew will bring it back to top of the key. Swing pass over the outside to Darrow. Darrow gets it on the ground. Tough one. Casey Argenbright.
A head collision. That was
got a head
good.
collision. Really bad one right there.
Casey is feeling it.
You better put an ice bag on that one.
Casey's a competitor. Casey said, don't take me out of this thing.
I'll stay in.
I'm staying in. I'm fine.
I'm not bleeding.
Yeah, Casey's
not yet. It's coming, though. That was a heck of a collision.
That was a heck of a collision. So, ball goes to Argenbright. Casey sets it up at the top of the key. Gets it back to Darrow. Darrow back to Argenbright. Backward to Grayson George back to top. Swing pass over to Argenbright. Argenbright will drive. Gets it down low to Crossan. Nice pass down low to Argenbright to Crossan from Argenbright. We've got a 5-0 lead.
Boy, Dylan looks big down low, doesn't he, against those defenders?
Yeah. I like that.
Yes, I do too.
Minneapolis with some tight defense on the outside. Gets a swing pass over to number 23, Bergstrom. Off the mark, no good. And over the back is number 33, Bergstrom. So.
Now Casey had to tangle, head-butted with the biggest fella out there. I'm lucky, yeah, we're lucky he's standing. That kid, I mean, really crunched him.
Yep, he'll have a headache.
Have a knot off that one.
So, Darrow into Yoxel, back over to Argenbright. Casey drives into Crossan, nice pass down low, and that's going to be the second foul on the big guys. They take it right to Bergstrom. And I think that'll be number 2 on him. No, called on number 42, Tyler Lambert instead. Crossan will go to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, nice passing by Minneapolis. The open avenue.
Ooh. Dylan draws air on that one.
We can pass the ball down low, get it down the low blocks. Those guys are gonna.
And he corrects on that one. Nice shot by Dylan Crossan. 6-0 Lions with the lead. Minneapolis picks up some pressure. Ball in the hands of Barnes. Barnes picks up his dribble, goes cross court, back to the other side to Branford. Branford back to Barnes. Barnes at the top of the key. Guarded by Argenbright. Swing pass over to Branford. Branford back to the top to Cypress. Cypress over to Barnes. Looks down low. Oh, wow. Nice job, Casey Argenbright, as Casey takes and draws the charge against the 6'2" Bergstrom. Casey's going to be feeling in the morning, guys.
He's going to be black and blue, isn't he?
He took a hard one to the chest right there, and he got a headbutt on the head. Casey's going to be feeling in the morning. Nice job, Argenbright.
Anybody see that Mack truck go through there? Wow. He's a big guy.
Grayson George, nice pass into Yoxel. Backcourt to Grayson for three. Now in and out.
That was down, and it came back out.
So it'll
had too much English on it, I guess.
It just rattled in and out.
5:13 left to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Lions. Pressure defense and a turnover. Nice job, Grayson George, as he gets the steal. And the foul will be on number 11, Jason Barnes, as he picks up his first. Casey, top of the key, back over to Darrow, swing pass over to Grayson. Grayson will take a three.
That one's good.
That one is good. Nice job, Grayson George, as he hits a three from the left wing. Trapped in the corner. Nice little pass. Oh, great job by Andrew Yoxel coming over the top of number 35, Cypress. Minneapolis will send in 5 fresh bodies as Alex Yoxel, Garrett Pounds, Garrett Doherty, Kyler Macy, and Zach Allison check in. How nice is that?
That's great. You can bring in 5.
You can bring in 5, platoon in. That is a nice. So, and a turnover right there. Yeah. A double turnover as we get the ball and then turn the ball over ourselves. Garrett Pounds comes up with it, but then unfortunately loses it himself.
In that situation, it's nice if you can keep your feet. Once you hit the floor and slide or roll over, typically 9 times out of 10, that referee's going to call the travel.
Yep.
Quick hands.
Hands by Garrett Doherty, as you said right there. Garrett Doherty with some quick hands. Gets the ball in the air. It will stay with the Eagles, but nice job by Garrett Doherty. Zach Allison is going to have a foul as he goes around over the back of number 33, Bergstrom. That'll be Zach Allison's first team foul for the Lions. 9-0, Lions with the lead here. Ball gets into the hands of Barnes. Barnes back to the top of the key to Lambert. Lambert over to down low. Takes it in off the glass. Oh, nice rebound. Puts his own shot back up. And they miss them both.
They had 2 easy chances there. They were contested, though, that's for sure.
Garrett Doherty brings the ball down to set it up. Kyler Macy to inbounds. They get it in to Doherty. Set this one up. Back over to Yoxel. Alex Yoxel down low to Allison. Allison back to Doherty, into Allison in the paint. Can't get it. And there's going to be a travel down low as their guys get tangled up, and one forces the other one to travel.
I might mention Doherty will run track and cross country at Tabor University. Has signed a letter of intent, and they were just elated to get him for cross country.
I would think so.
Good hands.
I know the coach at Sterling was surely wanting Garrett to come have a good look at Sterling. He decided to go to Tabor.
Alex Yoxel drives, kicks it back out to Garrett Pounds. Garrett Pounds in, tries to get it down to Zach Allison over the top. Turnover against the Lions.
Another senior going to play. I should have mentioned Kylie Gregg will play softball at Bethel. Has signed a letter of intent. Oh, nice shot
there by Jason Barnes as he drains a 3 from the right corner.
Clyde gets off the snide.
And another turnover by the Lions.
A little too high. Zach needs to grow another inch or two to snag that ball.
Barnes with the ball, guarded by Doherty. They trap him at the top. Swing pass over, look down low, off the mark. And Alex Yox is going to get a foul down low, either that or Zach Allison.
Zach, I think, with the reach in.
So that'll be Zach's second personal, as the Lions will get their 5 starters back in.
9-3 here in the early going.
Clifton-Clyde gets it back to Barnes in the top, guarded by Grayson George. To down low. Nice defense there by Dylan Crossan. Casey Ardenbright goes right around the defender. Shot up and can't quite get the ball, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Nice dribble penetration by Casey Ardenbright on the left-hand side.
Boy, he had him on the arm. That shot was all but down. We've seen 2 of them pop back out on us.
9-3, 2:40 left to go here in the first quarter. Casey's first free throw off the mark. Have another one coming. Second shot is up and it's no good. Casey was 8 for 8 the other night, guys. Can't get the first 2 from the line to drop for him this night. A lot of physical action down low as Yoxel as well as Bergstrom down low. Barnes drives, and that's going to be on the floor on Grayson George. Barnes very quick to the bucket right there.
Yes, he was.
Checking in will be Alex Deaver, a sophomore for the Eagles. Shot quickly up and good by number 23, Branford. 9-5. Casey will bring it down to set it up. 5-0 run for Clifton-Clyde. Grayson George drives. Off the glass and good. Nice job, Grayson, as he takes it up and off the glass. Barnes to the ball. See, he gets ready. He's trapped at the top. Gets it down across to Lambert. Lambert, and then stolen by Argenbright. Up to Grayson George, up and off the glass, good. Nice job, Casey Argenbright to Grayson George with the left-handed layup.
Now Grayson has made 2 shots in a row, layups left-handed, but he's ambidextrous. He writes, his penmanship is left-handed.
3-point shot off the mark. Rebounded by the Eagles. Shot up and no good. Another offensive rebound, then Argenbright is going to have it tied up.
Casey's on the floor again. I don't think he got hurt this time.
Yeah, I would have to say so.
So they had a little conversation with Tyler Lambert down low.
Possession arrow to Clifton-Clyde.
13-5, minute 19 left to go in the first quarter. Lambert on the outside. Barnes, another 3-pointer off the mark. Rebounded by Argenbright. Casey will bring it down. Nice drop down pass to Crossan down low, and he will go to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, those are hard fouls.
Yeah. Casey did a great job of going around him. Foul is on number 15, Alex Deaver, crossing at the line to shoot 2.
Got him on Barnes.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. They hadn't changed the board on me. I was going by the board.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
No, not a problem. There we go.
Crossan makes 1 of 2.
Either 1 and 1 from here on for the Lions in this half.
Wow.
Pretty physical game, Scott. Have you noticed?
Yeah. Oh, nice hands by Grayson George, Dylan Crossan, and Dylan gets the layup. Great hands by Minneapolis right there, forcing the turnover. Ball into the hands of Branford. Branford trapped, and that'll be a timeout called. Oh, coach saves him on that one.
Out.
So 16-5, 41.7 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Minneapolis with the lead. We'll take a break with them. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
It's fast, it's furious, and it's fun. It's Minneapolis Raceway. Minneapolis Raceway has brought you exciting races to Central Kansas and will continue the tradition. Minneapolis Raceway will give you and your family some of the most exciting races ever seen. Go Lions!
This internet broadcast is made possible by Don Allison at Santa Fe Carpet in Salina. New carpet prices start at $1.50 per square foot. All colors in plain or plush styles, including popular 94-ounce carpet. Financing is available at Santa Fe Carpet.
Sorry, guys, I wasn't paying attention.
Welcome back to Clyde, Kansas. Matt Bully in the ball game for the Eagles. Ball drives down low. Good hands by Minneapolis. Another near tie-up down there. And it will stay with the Eagles, and it's going to be off of Minneapolis, out of bounds. Stay with the Eagles right there. Great pressure defense by the Lions. Ball will go into the hands of Cypress. Cypress at the top of the key. Gets it back to Branford. Branford shot up and good. That's his second bucket of the night, I believe.
Yes, it is. Branford has a nice touch over the top of the bigs there.
He's the one that I was saying hadn't missed when he was warming up. Grayson George for three. Off the mark. And I didn't even look at the clock. Grayson did.
I had no idea either,
no clue on that one. So Grayson wisely puts it up. Doesn't draw anything, though. So at the end of one, the Lions have a 9-point lead, 16-7. We'll take a quick break with him. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
4 blocks south of St. John's Military School.
Where do you go when you need groceries? Jeans IGA, of course. Jeans is proud to be a sponsor of Minneapolis sports and hopes that you'll encourage your children to be as competitive in the classroom as they are in sports. Jeans IGA, a proud sponsor of today's game.
The State Bank of Delphus and Glasgow and the Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally owned community banks committed to making your banking experience as easy and personal as possible. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Salina Spring and Axle, specializing in all your suspension, alignment, and brake needs for over 50 years. Located at 672 South Broadway, just north of Crawford Street in Salina.
Welcome back to Clyde, Kansas. Lions start the second quarter here as Kyler Macy and Garrett Doherty check in for Argenbright and Darrow. Ball goes back on the outside to Doherty. Swing pass over to Grayson George for three, and that one's off the mark, but Yoxel with a nice rebound off the glass and good. Great job by Andrew Yoxel with the nice little rebound and putback off the glass. We've talked about Andrew's finesse. He's got great hands and great touch from the down low. Cypress with the ball for the Eagles as he's trapped and is stolen by Crossan. Nice job. Dillon gets it to Grayson George into Kyler Macy. Up and good. Nice job by the Lions. Great transition off of the turnover again. Minneapolis capitalizes, and then another turnover there by Matt Bully for the Eagles.
What a great steal by Dillon there. The quick hands, just the strength, just overpowered his defender. Started the fast break.
Freshman comes in for the Eagles, William Oldie. Kyler Macy back on the outside, goes down low to Crossan. Crossan back to George. Shot up and off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Clifton-Clyde. Garrett Doherty gets the foul as he did not quite have position. Tried to maybe pick up that charge and couldn't quite do it.
You're taught to stop the ball, and Garrett did, but that kid was pretty quick and had a tough time getting in front of him.
Garrett Pounds checks in for Dylan Crossan. Ball on the outside into Branford. Branford will drive, kicks it back out to Lambert. Lambert looks down low, gets it to Cypress. Cypress takes a shot up and no good. Rebounded by Yoxel, gets it up to Kyler Macy. Kyler has a person right behind him. Oh, Kyler can't get it. Grayson George gets the rebound, and he can't get it, but Yoxel there to put it back in. Nice job, Andrew Yoxel. Minneapolis misses two opportunities down low, but Andrew Yoxel with a great board and a great putback.
Grayson with a tough turnaround jumper on the baseline, but Yoxel, great position.
Cypress Gets it down low, shot in the lane, up no good, but there's gonna be a foul. And he will go to the line as William Oldie will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul's on
Garrett Pounds.
Garrett Pounds, thank you. And at the line will be the freshman William Oldie. Shot is up and in and out. Checking in will be number 11 starter Jason Barnes as he comes back in for Matt Bully.
Oldie just a freshman, a good-looking 6-footer there, though.
Second shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Yoxel. Gets it back out to Doherty, back to Macy. Macy, back to Doherty. Garrett drives the right-hand side, back to Macy. Looks at it, goes to the top of the key to Grayson George, backward to Doherty. Doherty up and good, nice job, Garrett Doherty, as he takes it on the left side, up and off the glass, good, and he'll be fouled and he'll go to the line. 24-7 Lions with the lead.
Garrett has that ability to drive that baseline. He saw the opening there. He not afraid to take it into the bigs.
Nope. Foul is on number 35, Levi Cypress. Shot is up and good by Doherty with the free throw. 3-point play there. Ball is pressured by Kyler Macy. Gets it to Cypress. Cypress across the timeline, gets it back over to Lambert. Lambert drives in, shot off the glass, no good, and rebounded by Garrett Doherty. Doherty swing pass over to Grayson George. Grayson up and good. Nice shot by Grayson as he gets the bucket to fall. Garrett Pounds with great hustle there, forces the turnover back to Grayson George, and that's Kyler Macy, and Kyler will get fouled. Great job by Garrett Pounds right back here, Mike, as Garrett forced the turnover to Grayson. Grayson
yes, he did.
Had a double team down there, kicked it back out to Kyler, and Kyler will go to the line to shoot 1-on-1.
Good aggressive recovery by the Eagles there to force cut off Grayson George, make him pass it. Then they doubled down on Kyler. They did foul, but good recovery.
Kyler Macy, first one is no good. Darrow will come in for Grayson George at the 5:24 mark in the second. Also comes back in is Reed Bergstrom, checks in for Levi Cyphers. Sorry. No good, but rebounded by Yoxel. Andrew can't get it to fall.
Tipped away by Pounds there, got right to Yoxel.
Barnes with the ball, guarded by Doherty. Oh, good hustle there by
No foul.
Kyler Macy.
Kyler got away with one.
Yeah. Tipped out of bounds. It will stay with the Eagles, as checking in will be Dylan Crossan, checks in for Andrew Yoxel. There's a foul. That's a makeup call. Yep. Kyler Macy gets the foul. As,
you're absolutely right.
made up for the
Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, exactly. Barnes with the ball, guarded by Doherty. It's the backcourt to Brantford.
Good double team.
And Brantford takes it all the way in, and will be off of Minneapolis. Good call by the backside official. The other one started to go towards Minneapolis.
One on the side wasn't sure what to call.
Side didn't know it for sure, but the other official, Garrett Pounds almost gets another steal. Ball goes back to Barnes for 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Crossan. Gets it to Kyler Macy. Kyler back to Doherty. Into Crossan, the turnover, but goes back to the other direction. 4:28, 27-7, Lions with the lead here in the second quarter. Barnes with the ball on the outside, gets it back to Brantford. Brantford back to Bergstrom. Bergstrom is top key, guarded by Dylan Crossan. Back to Barnes, goes down low to Oldie. Off the mark, rebounded by Darrow. Darrow will go all the way around him.
Somebody must have thought he traveled.
No, he got an eye.
The hand, yeah.
So but that wasn't necessarily Darrow. I didn't see Darrow.
No, it was accidental.
Yeah. Rebounded by Bergstrom.
Oh,
wow.
Well, there could have been another foul there, amazing.
Yeah.
That's a late hit.
They're going to call a kick, though, against Clifton-Clyde, and it will go to the Minneapolis as Argenbright and Yoxel check in. And, okay, this is getting pretty physical out
Yes,
there,
it
guys.
is.
Somebody's going to get hurt.
Macy and Argenbright will be black and blue tomorrow.
Doherty on the outside. Swing pass over to Darrow. Darrow into Yoxel. Yoxel high-low, goes to Crossan. Crossan back to Doherty. Back to Yoxel, a little 10-footer off the mark. Oh, good hustle down low. And there's a travel on Oldie. So good hustle down low by Crossan as well as Bergstrom. Crossan and Bergstrom battling down there. They come away with it, but they turn the ball over. So we'll stay with Minneapolis. 3:15 left to go here in the first half.
Dylan's checking his teeth after that one.
Ball goes into Darrow. Back to Argenbright. Casey takes the three. It's off the mark. Crossan with the rebound. There's a charge. Yep.
Swung your shoulder into
Yep. Dylan Crossan called with the charge.
It's getting a little physical out there, guys.
As Grayson George checks in for Garrett Doherty.
Eagles meet our middle linebacker.
Three-point shot by the Eagles, up no good. Oh, nice rebound. We're going to get Crossan with the foul as he'll pick up his second, and Bergstrom will go to the line and shoot two. As Crossan sits down to talk to Coach Shoup, Bergstrom will have two at the line. First shot is up, and it is good by Bergstrom. Second shot coming. Shot is up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Yoxel. Bergstrom takes Yoxel out. Grayson will take the three. It's good. Nice job, Grayson George. Nice stroke from the left corner. Back the other direction. Branford with the ball. Backward to Barnes. Crosses to Oldie. Oldie double teamed. And stolen by Kyler, by Darrow into Grayson George. Grayson.
I think he thought about jamming it, but
He tried.
backed off.
And a travel. Oh, wow. Yoxel as well as Yoxel and Lambert hit the ground. They call a travel on Minneapolis, or excuse me, on the Eagles. Yeah, Grayson. I think
he can jam it.
I don't know. He's got some leaping ability.
If he can get the grip on the ball, I think he can jam it.
And the bad pass, and it will be a foul on John Darrow as number 11, Jason Barnes, quickly goes the hole.
John Michael covered some ground there just to save that easy layup. Make him earn it at the line. Good foul.
Great recovery by Darrow there, using his speed to
Yes.
zoom in there and get his hand on the ball.
You can tell this Clifton-Clyde team is getting pretty flustered. And they call jump ball.
That's a good
jump
call.
ball.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good call.
So quickly, this Clifton-Clyde team is getting a little frustrated. 30-8, Lions with the lead. 2:08 left to go here in the first half. Beaver with the ball. Shot down low Off the glass, no good. And that will be off of red. They'll stay with white. As number 33, Bergstrom, he's a battler down there, guys.
Yes,
He's a big body.
Typical Clifton-Clyde squad. They're not going to give up.
No. Casey Argenbright with the block. Grayson George picks it up, gets it back to Casey Argenbright. Grayson caught it. He was sitting on the ground when he caught it, and just wisely gives it back up. Andrew Yoxel.
You know, Casey had to unload it because he was getting ready to step out of bounds. Grayson George was sitting down when he got the...
And he tees him up, yep. Number 11, Jason Barnes, argues with the official. He gets the foul and the tee. Yanks his shirt out. You could tell he was getting flustered after he missed the free throw. And senior not showing the leadership right there. And he gets the tee. And now he's...
he keeps it up, he'll get another one.
Free throw is up and good by Grayson as he makes the first one. Makes the second one. We have another one coming right here.
That's that free throw stroke that we remember.
That was the tee.
1 and 1. This will be
this is the tee. Yep. And he makes that one. So one more shot. Shot is up and it is good. He makes all four. Grayson George,
that'll help
nice
percentage.
Yeah, well, nice shots there by Grayson. 34-8. Lions with the lead. Argenbright with the ball at the top of the key. Casey rolls the right-hand side. Gets it back over to Grayson for three, and he drains it from the right wing.
Feeling it now.
Yeah.
Look out.
37-8, folks. 1:44 left in the first half. And there's a charge right there. He lowered his shoulder on that, and Grayson wisely stepped into that one, and Lambert just threw a shoulder. That was pretty obvious. Grayson really didn't have position. Really didn't have his feet set, but Lambert just lowered his shoulder.
He sure did.
So we had a good view from up here. Grayson George, he'll take another three off the mark.
Fouled.
And that'll be a foul down low on Garrett Pounds. And
either that or it was a good acting job on Grayson's part.
so, yep. So at the line will be Matt Bully at the line as Garrett Pounds picks up his second personal foul. Shot is up and good by the senior Bully.
How many threes does Grayson have?
4.
With Bergstrom in there, you got to protect yourself. I mean, the forearm has got to be out there.
Bully makes them both.
Count them here in just a minute.
Darrow back in the corner to Grayson. Grayson back to Darrow for three, and he makes it. Nice job by John Michael as he hits the big three from the outside.
Well, this zone is tailor-made for our shooters, and we're starting to light it up now.
Absolutely. And I don't think their speed can, I don't think they can keep up if they went to a man.
No.
So
They got to play zone.
Yep. Oh, nice, nice job by the Eagles down low as they come away with the Bully with the ball at the top. 50 seconds left. Deaver from the free throw line, shot up and good. Nice stroke by Deaver to make that bucket count. Grayson back to Argenbright. Back to Darrow. Somebody take the three. And Garrett Pounds will get his third personal foul as Kyler Macy and Garrett Doherty getting ready to check back in with 33 seconds. At the line will be number 42, Tyler Lambert. Zach Allison have 2 fouls. That way he's on the bench.
Yes.
So first one is off the mark as Alex Yoxel, as well as Garrett Doherty and Kyler Macy check in. So on the floor is Andrew and Alex Yoxel, Garrett Doherty, Grayson George, and Kyler Macy. And at the line, Lambert for his second shot is up and off the mark. Rebounded by Andrew Yoxel, back to Doherty, back to Macy. Macy back to Andrew Yoxel, back to Grayson George. Grayson Back to Doherty. Doherty will run to the right-hand side. Back to Kyler Macy. Swing pass over to Grayson George. Grayson to Andrew. Andrew from the free throw line. Up and no good. Rebounded by Bergstrom. Big rebound by Bergstrom. He got it there pretty good on that one. Ball will go back to the Eagles as they get a shot off, but it's no good. 40-12, guys. What a first half by the Lions as they get the nice lead at the half. 40-12. Minneapolis has a lead. We'll take a break and we'll be back with maybe an interview, I think, by well, I'll let you talk about it.
Special interview. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, Minneapolis high school fans, to Clifton-Clyde, Kansas, inside Clifton-Clyde High School. We're at halftime, and we're have a special pleasure not to interview a member of the Clifton-Clyde Eagles High School in the last 4 years, and now a member of the Kansas State University Wildcats. Alex Podozak, is that correct?
It's Podozak.
Podozak.
Yeah, it's a Czech name. I'm from the Cuba area. My dad's from London area.
All right. Well, we always call it Podozak. I heard the K-State announcer saying a different Podozak.
We've been pronouncing it wrong for the last 4 years, so we're sorry.
Get it out of my mind. Podozak. Okay. Well, thank you for taking the time to be with us here.
Yeah, it's no problem.
We've always enjoyed watching you play against the Lions here over the last 4 years. Y'all were able to come to Minneapolis about 3 years ago, I think, when you were a sophomore.
Yeah, we did there, yeah.
On Minneapolis. And Mike and I got to see you run state track.
Yeah, that was a very exciting part of my life. I was extremely happy with the result of state, especially on my mile.
We were, yeah. He is Mike. Yeah, it was always a pleasure to see a big guy out there running the long distances as well as he did.
Yeah, people kept saying it was just the weirdest sight seeing such a tall guy run long distance. And that was true with the 2 mile because it kind of wore me down, but the mile was just right for me.
So. Great. Well, you're a walk-on at Kansas State University. How did that all come back? Try that real quick.
How I got onto it?
Yeah,
Well, it kind of just started with my relationship with Coach Muff from Cloud County Community College. We were good friends. We talked a bit, and I went to some of his camps too. And along those lines, I also went to some K-State camps, or the camp before my senior year. And well, we got into a good relationship. And then when I decided to go to K-State purely for academics, he said, "Let me get you Brad Underwood's number." He was an old roommate with him. He's the assistant coach at K-State. Yeah. And I just started to talk to him and was able to get into the program. Just went to a couple of things here and there and just was able to get on, and best things happened to me. It's a wonderful experience.
I can imagine.
Your transition from 1A basketball here in north central Kansas to the Big 12, tell us quite a bit of difference there? Or?
You can say that, yeah. 1A school to a D1 school, it's a big transition, but a lot more strictness, a lot more time, energy, but a lot more benefits and just wonderful things that come out of it, too.
Well, we knew you walked on and were playing, and I think it was the Texas Tech game was on TV, and last 2-3 minutes you got in there and got to play, and you looked great.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit more comfortable, not as nervous.
I can imagine.
Honestly, those first games were just nerve-wracking.
Hard not to be nervous at all, I would think.
As you might know, Dale is a diehard K-State fan, and we all enjoy watching you play through the years and your high school years, and of course track. But see you down at K-State, the Purple Palace, that's even more exciting.
Yeah, it's just wonderful, and I've always kind of wanted to go there. I wasn't sure the last few years of high school where I was going to go, but it's one of the best decisions going there.
Good. Of course, you're described on television as being fan favorite of the students there, and I could just imagine as a walk-on and coming out of Central Kansas, probably a lot of guys and gals out of Central Western Kansas, some small, medium-sized high schools are just really happy to
see a guy like you being in there and mixing it up and seeing what he can do.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Almost every time I go in, I just hear that crowd roar, and it's just a wonderful
You're
thing.
a fan favorite. You're a hit.
Yeah,
I love you.
It's pretty exciting, I will admit.
So, what's it like to play for Frank Martin?
Oh, it's great. I respect the guy like no other. He has great morals, great sense of family and the importance of it. And you just have to respect the guy. And really, the other coaches, too. It's just a big family. Brothers, teammates, and it's great family. I love it.
Good. You have favorite teammates out of anybody's been a better friend or helper than anybody there?
Well, I'd have to say Victor Ogilvy and I get along really well. And we hang out and just do stuff together. We talk quite a bit. He's just a great guy, one of the best men that I know.
What's it like every day in practice banging in there against the likes of Curtis Kelly and Samuels and Judge and Jordan and Rickus Roberts?
It's a little different than here in high school, but that's okay. It's the next level. It's understandable. There's a lot more physical contact, a lot more desperation going for balls, running, hard work, detail. That's pretty much covers it all. There's a lot more detail.
Sure.
So, but you have to have detail at such a high level.
Oh, yeah.
I think Coach Martin's a great coach. He displays a lot of emotion, and he's out there for wanting the guys to better themselves every time out, and that's why he wants to see improvement. And even in a loss, we've looked a lot better, even though we got beat at the last game against Baylor. As physical as those guys were, they play above the rim. That was a great win.
It was a great win. It was really good for us too to have a win, to break our little slump, and just get out into the road again and just keep winning. Hopefully, coming up with KU, we'll just be able to roll right along.
That's right. Get those Jayhawks.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, we really appreciate you taking a moment
to
be with us here tonight. And
no problem.
Thanks for coming up, and good luck in the years to come, and have fun.
Best of
Will
luck
do.
in Manhattan playing for the Wildcats.
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Welcome back, Minneapolis high school fans, to Clifton-Clyde, Kansas, inside Clifton-Clyde High School. We're at halftime, and we're have a special pleasure and opportunity to interview a member of the Clifton-Clyde Eagles High School in the last 4 years, and now a member of the Kansas State University Wildcats. Alex, Podozak, is that correct?
It's Podozak.
Podozak.
Yeah, it's a Czech name. I'm from the Cuba area. My dad's from London area.
All right. Well, we always call it Podozak. I heard the K-State announcer saying a different Podozak.
We've been pronouncing it wrong for the last 4 years, so we're sorry.
Get it out of my mind. Podozak. Okay. Well, thank you for taking the time to be with us here.
Yeah, it's no problem.
We've always enjoyed watching you play against the Lions here over the last 4 years. Y'all were able to come to Minneapolis about 3 years ago, I think, when you were a sophomore.
We did there, yeah.
On Minneapolis, and Mike and I got to see you run state track.
Yeah, that was a very exciting part of my life. I was extremely happy with the result of state, especially on my mile.
We were, yeah. He is Mike. Yeah, it was always a pleasure to see a big guy out there running the long distance.
Yeah, people kept saying it was just the weirdest sight seeing such a tall guy run long distance. But and that was true with the 2 mile because it kind of wore me down. But the mile was just right for me. So.
Great. Well, you're a walk-on at Kansas State University. How did that all come back? Try that real quick.
How I got onto it?
Yeah,
Well, it kind of just started with my relationship with Coach Muff from Cloud County Community College. We were good friends. We talked a bit, and I went to some of his camps too. And along those lines, I also went to some K-State camps, or the camp before my senior year. And well, we got into a good relationship. And then when I decided to go to K-State purely for academics, he said, "Let me get you Brad Underwood's number." He was an old roommate with him. He's the assistant coach at K-State. Yeah. And I just started to talk to him and was able to get into the program, just went to a couple of things here and there and just was able to get on. And best thing that's happened to me. It's a wonderful experience.
I can imagine.
Your transition from 1A basketball here in north central Kansas to the Big 12, tell us quite a bit of difference there? Or?
You can say that, yeah. 1A school to a D1 school, it's a big transition, but a lot more strictness, a lot more time, energy, but a lot more benefits and just wonderful things that come out of it, too.
Well, we knew you walked on and were playing, and I think it was the Texas Tech game was on TV, and last 2-3 minutes you got in there and got to play, and
yep.
You looked great.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit more comfortable, not as nervous.
I can imagine.
Honestly, those first games were just nerve-wracking.
Hard not to be nervous at all, I would think.
As you might know, Dale is a diehard K-State fan, and we all enjoy watching you play through the years and your high school years, and of course track. But see you down at K-State, the Purple Palace, that's even more exciting.
Yeah, it's just wonderful, and I've always kind of wanted to go there. I wasn't sure the last few years of high school where I was going to go, but it's one of the best decisions going there.
Good. Of course, you're described on television as being fan favorite of the students there, and I could just imagine as a walk-on and coming out of Central Kansas, probably a lot of guys and gals out of Central Western Kansas, some small, medium-sized high schools. I'm just really happy to see a guy like you being in there and mixing it up and seeing what he can do.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Almost every time I go in, I just hear that crowd roar, and it's just a wonderful
you're
thing.
A fan favorite. You're a hit.
Yeah,
I love you.
It's pretty exciting, I will admit.
So, what's it like to play for Frank Martin?
Oh, it's great. I respect the guy like no other. He has great morals, great sense of family and the importance of it. And you just have to respect the guy. And really, the other coaches, too. It's just a big family. Brothers, teammates, and it's great family. I love it.
Good. You have a favorite teammate out of anybody's been a better friend or helper than anybody there?
Well, I'd have to say Victor Ogilvy and I get along really well. And we hang out and just do stuff together. We talk quite a bit. He's just a great guy, one of the best men that I know.
What's it like every day in practice banging in there against the likes of Curtis Kelly and Samuels and Judge and Jordan and Rickus Roberts?
It's a little different than here in high school, but that's okay. It's the next level. It's understandable. There's a lot more physical contact, a lot more desperation going for balls, running, hard work, detail. That pretty much covers it all. There's a lot more detail.
Sure.
So, but you have to have detail at such a high level.
Oh, yeah.
I think Coach Martin's a great coach. He displays a lot of emotion, and he's out there for wanting the guys to better themselves every time out, and that's why he wants to see improvement. And even in a loss, we've looked a lot better, even though we got beat at the last game against Baylor. As physical as those guys were, they play above the rim. That was a great win.
It was a great win. It was really good for us too to have a win, to break our little slump, and just get out into the road again and just keep winning. Hopefully, coming up with KU, we'll just be able to roll right along.
That's right. Get those Jayhawks.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, we really appreciate you taking a moment
to
be with us here tonight. And
no problem.
Thanks for coming up, and good luck in the years to come, and have fun.
Will do.
In Manhattan, playing for the Wildcats.
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And off the mark. Second shot coming. Shot is up. And no good. Rebounded by Yoxel. Back to Argenbright. Back to Crossan. Crossan, blocked from behind from Cyphers. Comes back through the direction. Ball goes to Barnes. Barnes back to the top to Branford. Branford looks drop down pass off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Crossan, back to Argenbright. Casey has some numbers, gets it up to Grayson George. Great pass. Casey no look to Grayson, cutting to the hole. That's some speed going the basket. Nice finish by Grayson. Great pass by Casey.
Casey had to wait for the defense or for Grayson to outrun the defense, and then the open look. Ooh, that was a heck of a pass, wasn't it?
Shot is up and good by number 33, Bergstrom. And goes back the other direction to Grayson George for three. No good, off the mark. Be out of bounds off Minneapolis. It'll go back to
deep three.
Yep. Coach Shoup talking to Yoxel about something. 45-14, 5:39 left to go in the third quarter. Branford with the ball, guarded by Darrow. Oh, we got one that's calling it right here. Wow. This one started to call the charge on this side. The other one calls the blocking foul, and that's going to be Andrew's second. And going to the line will be number 23, Branford. But this official right here started to call the charge, and he backed away from it.
Andrew pretty much set right there on that one.
Yep. Shot is up and good by the sophomore Branford. Argenbright drives. Back to Grayson, back to Darrow. Darrow back to Crossan. Crossan back to Argenbright for three. Drains it. Nice job, Casey, as he drains the three from the right corner. Cheerleaders about took him.
No idea.
Cheerleaders about took him out.
The basketball player were coming.
So Branford brings the ball down. Oh, great hands by Argenbright. Gets the tip up in the air. It will stay with Clifton-Clyde. Lambert inbounds. Gets it to Branford. Branford back to Lambert. Lambert back to Barnes. Swing pass over to Cyphers. Guarded by Crossan. Into Branford. Shot in the lane. Up and no good. Rebounded by Yoxel. And the turnover back the other direction. Minneapolis turns the ball over after the nice rebound. Branford back to Barnes. Barnes to the top of the key, rolls around. Gets it back to Lambert, back to Cyphers. Cyphers rolls. Lowers his shoulder, no call. Back to Minneapolis, rebounded by Yoxel. Back to Argenbright, back to Grayson George. Grayson spots up a three and nails it. Nice job, Grayson George, as he hits a three from the right corner.
Okay, Mike, how many is it?
Four.
Four?
Four threes.
4 threes.
Nice backdoor pass off the mark, rebounded by Crossan. There's going to be a foul on number 33, Bergstrom. That'll be...
I got him for 4.
Yeah, I think you're right. Garrett Pounds, Garrett Doherty, Kyler Macy, and Zach Allison checking in for the Lions.
Grayson is working on becoming the 5th leading scorer in Minneapolis high school history. Got about 50 or 60 to go, I think, to catch Matt Harris.
Matt scored a lot of points.
And ball it is turned over on the inbounds by the Lions. Ball goes back to the outside of Barnes. With some shot off the mark. And nearly saved by Minneapolis, but it'll be out of bounds off of the Lions. It'll stay with the Eagles. Ball goes into Deaver and stolen by Garrett Doherty. There'll be a foul right there as Garrett will go to the line. As Garrett Doherty. Foul is on number 23, Branford. Doherty will go to the line to shoot 2. Shot is up and no good. Zach Allison, Kyler Macy, John Darrow, Garrett Pounds, Garrett Doherty on the floor. Doherty at the line for his second shot. Shot is up and good. I think the Dohertys are on vacation, so I don't know if they're listening to us on the internet or not, but if you guys are, your son's having a great game. As usual, Garrett does a great job. Back to the Eagles, nice pass down low, off the glass, no good. Rebound by Garrett Pounds. Back to Garrett Doherty. Doherty will bring it down the right-hand side, back to Darrow. Darrow back to Doherty. Doherty looks down low, has nothing. Back to back to Darrow. Darrow down to Allison. Zach in the paint, shot up and no good, but a foul on the arm. Zach Allison will go to the line and shoot 2. Foul is on Branford, his second personal. Zach at the line, shoot 2 off the back of the rim. No good. 2:59 left to go in the third quarter, 52-17. Second shot on its way. Is up, and it is no good as well. Rebounded by Oldie. Oldie back to Branford. Branford gets it up in the hands of Lambert. Lambert back to Branford, back to Oldie. Oldie back to Branford. Nice drive. Off the mark, rebounded by Oldie, up and good. Nice rebound by Oldie right there. Garrett Doherty brings it down the other direction. Gets it back to Darrow. Darrow back to Zach Allison. Zach off the mark. Nice job, Zach, with the tie-up. Misses the ball, misses the shot, but gets a nice little tie-up. As Kyler Macy will stay on the floor, but Casey Argamright, Andrew Yoxel, Dylan Crossan, and Grayson George check back in. Branford with the ball, got her by Macy. Back in the hands of Deaver. Deaver. And the turnover right there will go back the other direction.
Barnes was cutting the other way, and they threw behind him. 52-19, Minneapolis with the lead.
Checking in will be Matt Bully, checks in for Deaver for the Eagles. Casey to bring it down. Picks up his dribble, goes to Yoxel. Nice pass to Kyler Macy, drives off the glass and good. Great give and go from Yoxel to Macy as Kyler finishes it. Kyler's got about 4 points, I think, on the night, and Kyler's going to get a foul right there as he bumps into, actually takes Branford down. Branford gets it into Branford. Branford back over to Barnes for 3, and it's off the mark. So,
fellows, Trace would say, air ball. Barnes not having a good evening.
No.
Tough defense Minneapolis put on him. We're just not giving him any space.
Not getting him any space. Kyler Macy with the ball back to Yoxel, back to Grayson George. Grayson off the glass, no good. A nice rebound by Oldie.
That Oldie's a good-looking freshman.
You know he is.
It's probably related.
Well, great hands by Dylan Crossan, and then stolen right back.
To another Oldie that we know of.
Well, you're awful close to that area, so off the glass and good by Matt Bully. Minneapolis brings it the other direction, 54-21. Nice job, Casey Argamright. He'll get is fouled by Cyphers, and Argamright will go to the line to shoot 2. Casey at the line. Minute left here in the third quarter. Shot is up and in and out.
8 for 8 one day, and 0 for 4 the next.
So Arkham right at the line. He'll get this one.
Yes.
Nice shot, Casey, as he drains the second one. You know, in this, Brantford's not a shabby-looking sophomore either. You know, they've got some young kids that are coming up. And timeout called by Clifton-Clyde. Guys, we'll go ahead and take one with them, 55-21. Minneapolis with the lead, 49.6 ticks in the third quarter. We'll be back after this work.
Place to go. American Family Insurance has been providing security and peace of mind for over 80 years. Call the Scott Osherman Agency in Minneapolis, your American Family Insurance agent.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Linebackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of the Lions games. Join them as they support student activities and the teachers of MJSHS.
Welcome back to Clyde, Kansas, Clifton-Clyde High School. Ball goes into Deaver. Deaver with the ball back to Brantford. Brantford drives. Back to Lambert for three. Up and no good. Rebounded by Grayson George. Back to Argamai. Casey has numbers. Backs it back off. Pulls it out. He'll set it up. Down low to Crossing. Great pass down low. Off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Oldie. Dillon just can't get it to fall. Lambert comes back the other direction. 23 ticks on the clock. Ball goes back to Oldie. Oldie back to Deaver. Deaver with the ball. Swing pass over to Brantford. Back over to Bully. And it'll be a foul on the arm against, I believe, Yoxel. So that will be his third personal foul. Ball will be inbounds and stolen by Yoxel. Back to Ardenbright. Casey drives all the way in and good. Nice job, Casey, with the left hand. Up and good. And Minneapolis has increases their lead, 57-21 at the end of three, as the Lions outscored them.
You know, Scott, they had
4
field goals in the first half. They did get 4 field goals in the third quarter, so they are, you know, scoring some points, but our defense is tough out there.
Yeah, 9 as they get 9 points in that quarter, and Minneapolis got 17, so nice job by the Lions. So we'll take a quick break. You're listening to 910KNA.com, Eagle Communication Channel 8.
Go Lions, we're with you all the way.
R&J Tax Services, the most dependable tax service in Salina, is open every Monday through Friday, 52 weeks out of the year. Have tax questions? Call R&J Tax Services in Salina.
24.
Welcome back to Clyde, Kansas. Clifton-Clyde High School, fourth stanza set to begin.
Well, they ought to let it run, hadn't they? Up by 30 after 3?
Well, that's an NCAA,
That's an NCAA rule.
If it can be done, if both squads agree to it. We're not league members. We shall see what does.
Darrow with the ball, and he will lose it out of bounds. It will go back to. So this quarter will go quickly. 57-21. Ball goes back in the hands of Cyphers. Cyphers at free throw line. Back to the big guy, Bergstrom. Bergstrom in working against Zach Allison. Swing pass over on the outside to Cyphers. Cyphers off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Doherty. And
what do you mean, no?
Lambert's going to get a tee. Tell you this, I'm being critical here, but we're not a real disciplined team here. And just the how they're reacting to the officials. And nice pass over to Darrow. Darrow into Pounds. Back to Doherty. 3 seconds in the lane. Yep. Turnover. Goes back to Clifton-Clyde. Sorry about that, guys. Kyler Macy trying to pick a pocket there. Can't get her. Gets it back to Cyphers from the free throw line. Off the mark. Rebound. Gets his own rebound. Gets it back to Lambert for 3. It's going to be off the mark and out of bounds off of Bergstrom. It'll stay with the Lions.
57-21. It's a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Minneapolis up by 36.
John Darrow for 3, and he drains it from the right corner.
39.
Nice shot by John Michael. 60-21.
He has 3 threes tonight.
I was thinking that was probably 3.
Garrett Doherty off of his hands. It'll stay with the Eagles.
That's a perfect night for John Michael, is to have 3 threes, in my opinion.
Nice job by Cyphers. Gets his own rebound, misses it. He'll put it back up and can't get it, but he'll be fouled. Zach Allison will pick up his 3rd. Checking in will be Alex Yoxel. For the Lions. Cyphers at the line. Shot is up and off the front of the rim. As Alex gives John Darrow will be on the bench. Nice job by John Michael tonight. Second shot is up and no good. Zach Allison with the rebound. Back to Doherty. Zach gets it up to Alex Yoxel. Tries to get it down low, has nothing. Alex drives. And, ooh.
Kind of a bull in the china shop effect there.
Alex will get called for the charge. His first personal, I believe. So. Comes back the other direction. As Branford guarded by Macy. Nice job, Kyler Macy with the steal. Alex Yoxel gets it back to him and he finishes it. Nice job, Kyler Macy. Great job, Alex Yoxel. Presence of mind to grab that thing and get it off. Barnes, swing pass over to Lambert, back over to Bergstrom. Bergstrom is going to have it tied up. Great hustle there off the feet. It'll be Minneapolis ball off the feet of Barnes. Checking in will be Matt Bully.
I doubt that you will see any more starters in there, but our second line is enough to keep expanding the lead.
Garrett Doherty drives back to Macy. About as it's stolen, back to Alex Yoxel. Shot up and off the mark, no good. Your glasses just fell down there. Ball goes back, swing pass over to Alex Yoxel. Alex on the outside, drives in the lane, up and can't get it. Zach Allison, a big rebound. Nice job, Zach Allison with a big rebound right there. As Zach will go to the line to shoot 2. Ready to check in for the Minneapolis Lions. Zach makes the first. Nice job, Zach. Getting ready to check in will be Matt Comfort as well as Alex Johnson checking in for the Lions. Matt Comfort will see his first varsity action for the Lions. He is coming for the shooter, so Zach gets the second one off the mark and can't get it. Rebounded by Bergstrom. Bergstrom gets it over to Lambert. Lambert. Shot up and off the mark. Oh, Cyphers gets the bucket. Gets it to Doherty. Doherty will drive. 2:14 left to go in the ball game. Alex Yoxel. Back to Alex Johnson. Into Zach Allison. And a hard foul down low. Zach will go back the line, and Matt can't even get in the ball game. So,
well, he will be able after this first free throw attempt.
Yeah, but he's going in for the shooter.
He's going in for the shooter.
He's going in for the shooter.
Bergstrom's fouled out.
63-23, minute 40 basically to go. The clock's ticking.
Checking in for The Eagles will be number 40. Dalton Porter, a sophomore, as well as number 22, Austin Bergstaff. Zach's first shot is off the mark. Second shot is off the mark. Call timeout, coach. Yeah, that's not even going to get in. So now it goes the other direction. All that Deaver with the ball, swing pass on the outside. .43 seconds left to go in the ball game. Deaver drives, gets it back, and Garrett Doherty almost gets the steal. Zach Allison will check in. Nice job, Zach Allison, as Matt Comfort will get in for 29 seconds. But good for Matt. Garrett Doherty with the steal. Oh, Oldie hits the bucket. No, misses it. And it'll be off of Minneapolis.
Holy mackerel.
13 seconds left. We're going to let this one go. 63-23. Ball will be inbounds. Nice job, Garrett Doherty. And that'll be the ball game, folks. 63-23. Nice job by the Lions tonight with a 40-point victory. Nice job by Minneapolis. Guys, a great effort as they come away with a big victory tonight. So, of course, they only scored 9 points that quarter, though, Mike. Is that right?
Well, the running clock doesn't
fast running clock.
help things in that effect.
6 points. So, yeah. So anyway, Minneapolis comes away with a victory 63-23. We'll take a quick break and then we'll be back with some stats. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8. The victory 63-23 against the Clifton-Clyde Eagles, and we're joined by Coach Shoup. And Coach, thanks for coming up and talking with us. I'm going to start out by saying the thing I liked and I saw tonight, probably the biggest thing I liked, is the hands being out in the passing lanes. Mm-hmm. We had a ton of just balls flying in different directions. I know I've seen that throughout the year, but I felt like the entire game we had that, where we had a hand in the passing lane.
Right. Well, I thought overall, as another, I thought we built off, we built a little more off of Saturday we played hard for 32 minutes again. And, there wasn't that, dead time in the game that we've had in the past. And so that part of it I thought was good. And our hands were good. We're pretty active there. Clifton-Clyde actually did some nice things to kind of try to counter our traps, and I thought our kids handled that pretty well. It's one of those things, short turnaround, long tournament week, that kind of stuff. We could have come out real flat. We didn't. We got off to a pretty quick start for the most part. It was good, something to move forward on and build on and get ready for Russell.
Yeah, it's easy to come out a little bit flat. I was really impressed. It's one of those games where, you're going to get one during the course of the year. It gets a little physical. Frustration comes out here and there. The guys played through it. And gosh, I didn't think Casey was going to get up over there. He took a pretty good hit in the noggin and played through the adversity. The guys held their composure all the way through. I thought we shot the ball rather well. John Michael had 3 threes, which that's just what we need from him every time out. He had a nice stroke tonight. And I told Scott, I said it'd be a good night for Grayson to go for 30, and we'll win by 30. And it could have been a lot worse, but I thought everyone pitched in and did a good job here tonight.
It was pretty good performance as long as we weren't on the free throw line. So I don't know what we're going to do to get better at free throws, but I can promise you it's not going to be fun, whatever it is. So,
if it's any consolation, they were 4 of 14. So
it's not really. Just means we didn't look quite as bad as them. But
Mike mentioned it, the composure. I felt like it was very physical.
Yeah, it was.
Very physical. But our kids held their composure a lot better than what theirs. We got into their heads.
Sure.
And it showed in just their composure on the floor. That's what I like about our kids is they do hold their composure. And even if it's a bogus call or a bad call, they're not going to, very seldom do you see even a facial expression to the official.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it ahead of time, about that might happen with the physicality of the game. And we've talked about it going back a couple games about, worrying about the officiating, and that's myself included. I've tried to kind of back off the officials a little bit for our kids' sake. It's not going to score any baskets. It's not going to keep them from scoring, so you might as well just play. And I thought our kids did do a good job of that. And I know Dylan got a little frustrated at one point in time, but he came to the bench and he knew, and he went back in and did what he needed to do.
But that's the key right there. He knew it. He knew. You brought him, you set him down. But his facial expression coming off the floor wasn't the.
No. I mean, he was pretty fired up.
Yeah.
But, and sometimes it's kind of good to see Dylan that fired up. But he handled himself well.
Kyler Macy I felt like did a great job of. You have different times. Kyler has all year done a great job defensively, and I loved it a couple times in the ball game. Not only just Kyler, but where we would get the pressure, we'd get a hand up in the air, somebody would get the loose ball. Great transition, getting the loose ball and getting the ball into the lane, and getting an easy bucket.
I think kids like Kyler are probably a great example for other people to watch when it comes to if your team wants a chance to be great, you got to have kids like Kyler, because you talk about unselfish and just does everything you ask. And I've sent film out on us to other coaches that are friends of mine to scout us and tell me what they see and those things, and every time there's a note on there about number 10 and how hard he plays and the energy he brings to the floor for us. And games like this, that's just huge, because he's going to require that of everybody else because of the effort he plays with. So yeah, he's fun to watch, and he contributes a lot for us, and he takes smart shots, and he makes his layups for the most part, and he just does all those little things you ask him to do for you.
I thought on the defensive end we took Barnes out of the game, and Clifton-Clyde didn't have an answer for it, so they stuck back into a 2-3 zone. I told Scott, I said, man, this is tailor-made, and Casey pops in at 3, and John Michael hits 3 of them, and I said, I don't think that's what they really should.
But I don't think they could have. I don't think they could have stayed with us in the man.
I think they're just kind of picking their death. However, zone's maybe a little bit more of a slow one.
And when they started dropping down in there, we picked that thing apart and passed the ball down low, and man, I thought we passed it really good a couple times down there, and then after that they gave us the open look.
Yeah, I thought the kids for the most part did a good job of moving the ball and knowing when to take shots, and the post pass well to get to the open guys. Yeah, there's things we're doing. We're getting there. Sometimes I have a hard time of not just looking at all the things we need to do better, but we are getting better here. And I told the kids, I thought we avoided kind of a common thing that happens to the superior team when they come into places like this, and that's good. So, and we're gonna, quite honestly, we're gonna have to do it again against Russell. Russell's gonna be a better opponent, but we're clearly the better team. But that's a hard place to play.
Yes, it is.
Well, so we're gonna have to come out and play well.
You're ranked in the top 5 in Class 3A in the state, and to come up to a 1A school or to even go out to Russell, the guys have got to have their heads screwed on right, or you could have a bad shooting night and a combination of about 3 or 4 things, and some bad calls, and you could be in a nail biter.
You're in a game. That's darn right. So you betcha.
Coach, thanks for coming and talking with us. We know you got to get to your team, but thank you very much. Congratulations on a great victory. Minneapolis comes away 63-23.
All wins are good.
Mike, do you want to run through the score, the scoring real quick, because we didn't have a chance on that? Let you run through the scoring just real quick on that one. So, or I can.
Yeah, we'll find the book again. I thought we were done.
Well, sorry about that. I just thought it'd be good for us. I'd like to hear it too. So,
scoring for Minneapolis, Casey Argenbright had 8. John Darrow had 9, all 3s from beyond the arc. Kyler Macy had 6. Andrew Yoxel had 4. Grayson George had 24. Doherty had 4. Zach had 1. Dylan Crossan had 7.
You know, what's interesting about that is nobody else in double figures, but a bunch of them awfully close to the double figure mark.
Lucas Brantford had 7 for the Eagles. Deaver had 2. Oldie had 2. Oldie, I think, probably the best looking player on the floor and he's just a freshman. 6 foot. Lambert missed all of his free throws or would have had some points. Cyphers had 2. Bergstrom 3. Barnes, who I think we really took out of his game and out of their game altogether, had 3, and Bully had 4.
So Minneapolis comes away with the victory tonight, 63-23, and we will be back on the air on Friday night as we head to Russell to take on the Russell Broncos. So for myself, Scott Osherman,
Dale Leach.
Good night from Clyde, Kansas.
Good night, folks.